Dream, 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 dream. Dream, dream, dream when I want you. In my arms when I want you. And all your charms whenever
Hey guys, welcome back to another dream episode on my dream series on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm coming at you guys today with another dream. It's May 13th, if linear time matters. Not really sure when I'm gonna upload this video. You know, it'll reach the cloud when it reaches the cloud, but yeah, I had a wild dream last night, and talking about my dreams have always really helped me, because it can get a lot to process. So, once again, welcome to another one of my dreams. So, hopefully, you guys are somewhere comfortable and ready to go on this journey with me. So, let's see here. I wrote myself some notes. Pretty much anytime I have like a wild dream, if I feel led to record it and talk about it, I'm gonna do so. This is my second dream series. I've only done one other episode and I haven't even uploaded that one yet. So I have these notes in my phone, kind of as a guideline. This is probably going to be the criteria I use for these dream series, you guys. So where was the dream setting? Let's just start there. Otherwise, where in the world am I going to start with this crazy fucking ass dream? Honestly, I woke up feeling kind of violated today. I woke up feeling kind of, raped, for lack of a better term. Like, I just feel strange, okay? So I had this dream last night. And it was kind of like a Renaissance festival or something. I don't know if any of you out there have ever been to like a Renaissance festival. They're actually quite fun. And for those of you listening who may not know what a Renaissance festival is, they're basically these festivals where people dress up as like, just mythical things like dragons, elves, fairies, witches, wizards, like you name it. You know what I mean? Knights and orcs, stuff like that. Pretty much everything's acceptable. Kind of like a Comic-Con, just, live action role play kind of thing. So my dream last night was very festival-like. It was very Renaissance festival, and I'm not really sure, like, if that was really what was going on, or if I was really in, like, a realm, like, maybe my subconscious showed me and made me believe, or, painted the picture as if it was a festival, when really, I feel like there was some actual real magic going on, too, in certain elements. So, that's just kind of the feeling that I was able to feel. I also feel like it was like a restaurant, so maybe there was a Renaissance festival, because it felt very tavern-like, it felt very barn-like, and stuff like that. So it's been a while since I've woke up. It's about 5 in the afternoon. Yeah, it's about 5 in the afternoon. And so I woke up, a couple hours ago, smoked when I woke up and stuff. So as far as the memory, hopefully some of it will be triggered as I talk, because I don't even know if I remember. Like, I may have woke up and forgotten some of the details, let alone be awake for I don't know if some of you know how dreams work, but the longer you stay out of the sleeping realm, basically the longer you're conscious, depending on how vivid the dream was, you may lose certain, the details may fade back into the subconscious, into the darkness of the unknown, and I'm a Pisces, so I love dreams. I love talking about them. I love interpreting them. So, yeah, some of the details I don't really know where to start, basically, guys, except for with the setting, and like, I'm trying to paint this picture for you that it was Renaissance festival-y, and I don't know really. Well, let's move on, because I wrote these notes to help myself. So, okay, who was in the dream? There, perfect. There was a lot of people that I didn't know in the dream, but there were also people that I did, like my 3 best friends, Aaron, Joe, and Jalen. They were all in the dream. I just recently hung out with them. So they were at work in my dream, and they do all work at a restaurant, so that might be why this was. So they were in the dream. I also remember we'll get to those characters when they come up. But yeah, that's who was in my dream. There's also just, obviously it's a festival, so there's many people around, right? But let me just get to the details, guys. This is really hard for me, so please just like bear with me. This dream makes me a little bit uncomfortable. There's like, I'll probably have to put some kind of label or warning on this dream, because there's definitely sex and like borderline rape energy, and like I feel like last night, like I'm just gonna go to my Facebook right now. Like I literally woke up and I posted a status. I said, I had the strangest dream about a shape-shifting sex demon last night, and I woke up feeling violated as fuck. So yeah, that's literally what I posted about that. I feel like I was in like some kind of magical realm last night. And there was like this shape-shifting sex demon. So some of you guys are really wondering what the fuck's going on. So I'm just gonna start here. This is what's most vivid to me. So there was this man in my dream. Okay, he was an older man, much older. I mean, I'm talking 55 minimum. Like he was not young. Okay, maybe even, yeah, he about 50. Kicking 60. Like approaching 60 years old. So it's like this geezer. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into like personal stuff, but why not? You know what I mean? Like I don't like labels, but I definitely have been dating women since I was like, 14, like young girl. I don't sexually, men don't sexually appeal to me, so this is just a strange energy. I know everyone has masculine and feminine energy, so just saying, for me personally, it was strange to dream about a man, much less like, or I guess to make it even worse, an older gentleman. No offense to the older generation that might be watching. I'm just saying, I'm 25, so it's a bit strange, you know what I mean? So, yeah, this man, he was like really older, and he seemed powerful. He seemed mature and rich, and like I'm not gonna say king, okay, because it wasn't. It was just like he had a lot of power, and rulership over, like, remember, this is Renaissance times, like people are dressed up and there's low-key fairies and stuff, okay? So just an older man, and like those Scooby-Doo vans where in the back, like literally Mystery Machine, except not colorful. I don't even know what color this van was, but there was this van, and I think at the beginning of this like part of the dream, me and this older gentleman or older man was sitting in the front. In these specific kind of vans, there's 2 seats up front, and then the back is just kind of open. I know back in the like 80s or 70s or 60s or whatever, people would deck those out, put couches and beds back there and lights, LED lights, and they would probably trip balls and like smoke a hella weed back there. Those kind of vans where you can literally, like, there's space back there, like kidnap vans. It's weird. So we were sitting in the front at first, and there was very sexual energy in the dream, which is also a very strange thing for me. And I won't really go into further detail about that, but let's just say it's a bit weird to dream about this kind of sexual energy. It was very lust and almost charm. Like there were times in this dream, there were moments in this dream where I literally felt charmed, and I think that might be my disassociation. Little side note: Moon is in Aquarius. It's really cool, and it's always informative, and it's very helpful. Oh my god, it is 5:13. Like, what's going on right now? It's May 13th. I literally see my calendar on my computer. 5:13. That's weird as hell. But yeah, what was I thinking? What was I just saying? Oh, it's important to know where the moon is. So as a Pisces, the moon is transiting my 12th house. I knew that last night. So I already knew I was about to dream weird. You know what I mean? When the moon goes through Aquarius, if I haven't mentioned that, I had this dream under moon in Aquarius. Mars just entered Pisces late last night. So, just a little tip out there for any of you listening that are into astrology, like, let the moon guide you. The moon rules our subconscious. So I knew last night there'd be so it's May 13th. On the night of May 12th, waking up to the 13th, if any of you guys had any weird dreams, or even the 14th, basically the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, the 16th are real important days, because the moon's going to be going through Aquarius and Pisces. So really weird shit going on. Mars just entered Pisces, as I said. So yeah, I woke up knowing that this was some weird Aquarian shit. Like, I felt almost abducted in my dream last night, but I can even feel myself disassociating. That's why I keep, like, distracting myself and not talking about this part of the dream, because, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know, it's just weird. So yeah, I woke up knowing that this was some weird Aquarian shit. Like, I felt almost abducted in my dream last night, but I can even feel myself disassociating. That's why I keep, like, distracting myself and not talking about this part of the dream, because like, obviously there's just insecurities of mine that my dream and that my subconscious is, bringing up for me, but I still wanted to be vulnerable and raw and, get on here and express this dream, not only to help myself, but in hopes to help like someone else out there listening. You never know. Some of us are linked in our dreams and have similar dreams. So for those of you out there listening, shout out to you. Thank you so much for, diving into my subconscious with me, trying to make sense out of this, and for your feedback and comments and all that. But anyway, enough stalling. Like, back to the front seat of this van, right? It's a little bit blurred to me right now. Again, it's probably because I'm disassociating with it. Some things are just pushed to the back of our mind because it's too uncomfortable. But I'm just telling you what this dream was. Again, there was like very lustful, charmy energy. Very lustful and charm energy. Literally, like, I'm talking a charm, like a vampire can charm you and almost hypnosis. But charm is a bit different. Charm is like a light hypnosis where you're still conscious, but it's almost like that laughing gas energy at the I've never taken ecstasy. Maybe this is what ecstasy feels like. I'm not sure, but it was a very lust driven energy that I could feel from this man. And something came over to me where, like, there was very sexual energy between me and this man. It was like, that's why I feel so violated, because this isn't something that my waking self would do. Like, anyways, like, so we get in the energy starts getting kind of hot, and I don't even really know in my mind what's going on. I just know that there's like sexual energy, okay? And so much so that we like get into the back of this van, right? And this is the point where there's like this young guy. There's a young guy, I'm not really sure. He kind of resembles a kid I used to go to high school with, okay, but random. He had like kind of like a Peter Pan Pippi hat on. Like, I don't really know why that's important, but there's like a weird significant hat. And he's young, and he's obviously like the driver of this old man, okay? Like, me and this old man, we get in the back seat because the energy's like getting passionate, okay? And remember, the backs of these vans are like really open or whatever. So there's lots of space back there, much more space than we had in the front seat. Cringe. And this young guy, so this old man had a lot of power, and this young guy comes in to kind of chauffeur him around. And so we start driving, and see, this is another thing that my waking self just would not do. So I'm not really sure what the hell this subconscious is doing, my subconscious is doing, but we start driving basically, I don't even know where, because there's really no windows, but I can feel that we're just driving, and I can see that there's woods around us. We're leaving the area where this Renaissance festival is happening. And there's sexual, like, me and this old man, like, we basically had sex, like, not entirely, because like halfway through it I kind of felt like the charm or whatever it was, that this spell that this man had me, I felt tricked. So I don't know if this man was like some kind of wizard, and there's more to this story, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So at this time in the dream, all I can describe to you that I felt, because that's the next question, I believe. It always helps to tell yourself where the dream happened, who was in the dream, and how the dream made you feel. And that's what we're going to head into. This whole time I'm basically going to just be speaking about certain feelings. Dreams don't make logical sense. So at this point in the dream, I just felt almost like I came to. Like, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I with this man back here? It was like, I don't know, guys. I felt really strange. Like, some kind of weird shit was happening. Like, magical fairy dust, wizard, weird ass shit. Because I just like, but here's how it logically played out. Is like, okay, so, and it's also kind of strange that there's like literally a man driving. And it's not like a limo where there's privacy. You know what I mean? So you could probably like hear us having sex and like, but like I said, it really wasn't, entirely that we had sex, basically. And I'm gonna have to put like some kind of rated R like warning, because okay, penis insert vagina, okay, there, I said it. Like, there's literally sexual energy that happened, and I don't know why, like, I don't know what happened to where it stopped or something like that. Oh, this is so uncomfortable. Some of this I might not be able to share on here, because like, but yeah, we like, what it was is I was like, wait a minute, did you use it? Like, I was so charmed. And this is also not a thing that is true in my reality, because the real me in my waking conscious self would definitely be very, very cautious. I just personally, I'm not somebody who like wants to have children right now. Okay, so I would definitely take precautions, but in my dream, I was very careless, almost under some kind of spell or something. Okay, and it is what it is, right? So when I came to and started to think about it, I'm like, wait, I don't want to have a baby, especially with this old motherfucker. Like, this is somebody's grandfather, you know? So I'm like, did you use protection? And he's like, of course I did. And this might be later on in the dream because there was also just, I had to basically like, when I came to, I was just like, okay, I'm in the back of this van. This is the scene. This is how I am in my dreams, you guys. Like, I'm just very tactful. Like, I know I said dreams don't make logical sense, but they make as much sense as you're ready for them to make. So I'm very into dreams. So in my dreams, for as long as I can remember, even when I was a kid, I would just do things to where I would accept my surroundings. And it's almost like lucid dreaming. Like I know I'm dreaming, so I'm like, okay, let me just surrender to what my subconscious is trying to show me. It's almost like you have to play your role in your dream. That's the only way you can wake up. So if any of you out there have ever felt trapped in your dreams where you're like, you literally know you're asleep and you can't wake up, it's what you need to do in those moments is just kind of play your role. What is your subconscious trying to show you? Because it's only you. Your dreams are you. But it's a version of you that can only reach out in a very subconscious, deep, emotional place, that place you push everything, like the subconscious, you know? So back to where I left off, like, you know, I was like, okay, this is what's going on. I don't know why, but I'm in the back of this van. There's some rando driving it, and I'm like with this older man back here, and there's like sexual activity. So I just played that role. Because I knew I'm too smart. I've seen way too many movies. Like, I'm not just gonna like freak out and jump out of the van. Like, I want to live, you know, I want to wake up eventually out of this dream. I want to do this with as much ease as possible. You got to be real delicate with the subconscious because it can fuck you up, you know, kind of like today. I'm probably gonna be fucked up all day from dreaming about this shit because, like, what did it mean? What's going on in my life to the point where I gotta dream about stuff like this? Like, what's going on? And then part of me is like, did I really like get like subconsciously raped? You know, I don't know if any of you out there have had like dreams where, you know, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like sex that happens with people that's weird. You know, hit me up if you need help or someone to talk to, because there's no such thing as a dream that's too weird in my book. Like, I love interpreting dreams. So with that being said, I'm just going to give myself the same energy so that I can get through this. You know, as most honestly and authentically as I can. So yeah, I'm not just gonna like jump out of this person's van. I played it cool, you know what I mean? I'm smart. So I played that role and like finished the sexual activity out without like actually having sex. You know, I just used my hand or whatever without being too graphic. I don't even want to talk about it. But this is what happened, you guys. It's just awkward, okay? Ew. I feel so weird about this. But yeah. So there was basically, he told whoever I can't remember a name, but there was a guy, remember the young guy that was driving the van? He's like, so we'll just give him a name, like Jonathan. I feel like this man had like a British accent, like Jonathan. So he was like, Jonathan, go ahead and head back to the festival. This isn't going to take long at all. Like, he said, he looked at me with like the most arrogant, and he wasn't the most attractive either, so it just felt weird. Like, he was like, so arrogant, basically told the guy that was driving to head back to the festival because it wasn't going to take long, you know what I mean, the sexual activity that was going on back there, you know. So, and I'm not gonna lie, like at some parts, that's what's confusing. Some parts in the dream, like when I was under the charm like energy, it's like maybe this is a metaphor for something that I felt very drawn to initially, but then it's like halfway through, and not just sexually, this is symbolic for things that you listening might be going through too as well, because the dreams will make you feel certain shit, and you might not be able to, it might not be the same people or the same things playing out, but if you pay attention to the feeling, your dream is trying to make you feel something that you actually feel in your real life. So if that's the case, it's something that like the real me would never do, something that's way out of pocket for me, you know what I'm saying, way out of character. There's something going on in my life, and trust me, I'm gonna be reflecting on this, especially after I'm done talking to you guys about this. But yeah, so we pull up back to the festival. I done played it safe. You know what I mean? I played the role, did what I had to do to get me back to like where my friends were, where other people were, so I wasn't hurt. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, it's like I got charmed. I went to this fucking Renaissance festival, and all of a sudden, like I was charmed. And but that's really, you know, who knows what else was going on. I can only remember what I can remember. So this is the part of the dream where I was like, wait a minute, because I also remember kind of just laying there and like facing the opposite direction of this man. Who knows how long it took for us to get back to like how far we traveled away from this festival, because time is another weird thing in dreams, because time is usually logical. So yeah, I don't really know like a sensation of time, but I do remember feeling very like scared, you know, basically after like, you know, the sexual activity, and then like the whole protection thing came up or whatever. So yeah, that's why I asked the man. I was like, wait a minute, like, because I remembered, it had dawned on me. I was like, oh my god, like I don't remember making sure that was a thing, you know. And so I asked him straight up. I was like, wait a minute, you used protection, right? And he's like, yeah. And this is where it gets really strange, because I didn't believe him. So I'm like, well, you know, show me. And it was like this bag, you know, like the bags that you get at Walmart or Walgreens or fucking Kroger or Family Dollar, like those bags that we probably all have stashed in a kitchen drawer somewhere. Like people save them sometimes as like garbage bags for little garbage cans. Those bags, those plastic recycling bags, like this is so awkward, you guys, but he had like that used as protection, not the real thing. I'm like, what the fuck? And also I wasn't sure if I was gonna mention this, but like his thing was like way too big. Okay, I don't know what kind of creature. It was like inhumane. It was like, and maybe that's why he used a bag. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, guys. It's fucking weird. We're back at this festival. So I opened the, you know, remember the doors to those vans, right? Like I opened the back doors. Who knows where the guy that was driving? Maybe he had already got out. Um, so I started running, and this is the part that's kind of vivid to me. Like I start running in this festival and away from this man, and I could tell that this man had an fixation on me. It was very predator like, very lustful, but almost like some kind of weird twisted version of love, just a desire, right? It had a strong lustful desire, charm, like almost like my scent. He enjoyed my scent, so it was like weird. It was energetic, like an energetic hound or something. It was very magical, and I don't mean magical as in like ooh la la la, like lovely. Like no, there was definitely like a magic to this, like some kind of charm, energy, some kind of spell. Okay, so I ran, and it's like what I can see and remember right now is like these large barns. Like I don't know if any of you out there know like where cows are kept and what that's called. And that's why I say this was kind of like on a Renaissance festival being held on a farmland, where there's also a tavern where my friends are like bartenders working. I'm just kind of waiting for them to get off work, because I'm probably going to go stay the night with them in this dream. But it's weird, guys. I really don't know how this dream ends. It's like, but you know, the man, it must have been, this is why I had I feel like it's a shapeshifter, because now all of a sudden the character I'm running from, because remember that's where we leave off, right? It's like I just got violated. Like there's this weird non-consent energy that was crossed in my dream. Borderline like boundaries being crossed, you know. Maybe I crossed my own boundaries, I don't know, but that's a weird energy. I felt unsafe, so I ran away from this man, and you know, he's pretty powerful, always gets what he wants kind of energy. So it was scared to like tell him no or anything, but I ran, okay, and I didn't care, and I just wanted to get away and hide. But I also had this knowing, this inner knowing, that my scent, my energy, like he would know. It's like this magical knowing of where I'm at, right? Like wizard type shit, not just human stuff where you can hide from like a basic human. This guy wasn't human, basically. And I say that because now the main character that I'm running from is a woman, which my subconscious must know I'm more comfortable with. And maybe this person or this entity or this being also knew that I was more appealing or more attracted to women, because this is an older woman now, and I have been watching this show Supernatural, so maybe I've been watching a bit too much of that, but I haven't, honestly. I watched an episode last night, and that was my first time watching in like weeks. And I didn't even barely watch that episode, but I only say that because the main character sort of looked like, for those Supernatural fans out there, it looks like Crowley's mom. If you get to the episode like season 9 and shit where Crowley's mom comes into play, yeah, it looks like her. It looked like her a little bit, like brunette, just real witchy, strong witch character, almost elf. I don't know, but she was a very powerful woman. So basically, these two characters are the same, and that's what I mean. This must be some kind of shape shifting energy, because all of a sudden, and I have knowledge and memory of this too, the man now it's this and still older. So either way, the person is portrayed as like an older person, older than me, much older than me, but not old, just mature and wise. But yeah, I'm running, and I'm not really sure what's going on, because I just don't want to be found. The rest of the dream is just me not wanting to be found and me getting back to the tavern to tell my friends what's going on. But this is a bit of a blur. I just remember some of it's blocked out now, but it felt like war. It felt like there was a war going. So I basically like started a war in the elf community last night in my dreams, and I feel kind of low-key sad because like elves died and shit. And I don't know if I'm losing some of you guys, but basically, like, in order to get to me, the queen or that lady, that like shape-shifting sex goddess demon energy last night, basically, that man, that same man that was in the van, it's kind of hard for me to like it's just interesting. I keep reminding myself that man was also the woman at the end of my dream, and she was, but witches do that. Witches they make themselves appear as something more attractive to you. Like, I don't know what this thing was. I'm starting to head into parts of the subconscious realm that just have some weird shit going on. Like, just how our world, guys, our world right now, there's something going on with the number 531, because I seen 513 and now I'm seeing 531. But there's some, just as our world is going through this crazy ass shit with this pandemic and stuff, please know that there are other worlds and dimensions and galaxies that are also kind of going through, like, this is just a universal thing, a universal chaos going on right now. So even our dreams may reveal that to us. Like, we may start realizing and tapping into, you may notice, basically, is what I'm trying to say, that the dream realm is also following suit. It's also equally as crazy. Like, all worlds are linked in some way, right? So in order to balance the waking world, you have to balance the dream realm. So I don't know what kind of realm I traveled into last night, but it was like a weird Renaissance, which was cool. I feel like the Renaissance part was cool, but as far as the magic, like, it did not feel good, to be subconsciously charmed into something that my conscious self didn't give consent to. Like, that's what I feel. Is like, I feel like I was subconsciously violated and raped last night against my, like, will. And I don't play that kind of shit, because I do practice light and safe magic in my life. Like, I definitely am into, I'm just studying more about pagans and Wiccans. As far as a religion, that is what I lean towards as far as a belief, the elements. So I do work with intent magic and stuff like that, but I've never charmed anybody. I don't do any voodoo or black magic where I bend anybody's will, because I'm a real witch. Like, I know there are consequences for that kind of stuff. So there will be consequences. Like, I'm about to do my own protection spells against whatever this thing was. Like, I don't care how much a thing desires me. You know what I mean? There's no reason to charm somebody or trick somebody. I felt even more tricked when this thing shifted characters and, disguised itself as an attractive older woman to appeal more to me. Like, honestly, I do feel that this witch or this sex, like, shapeshifter energy, like, very misunderstood entity. They just were very lonely, and I could feel that more from the woman, the feminine side of the masculine, that was shown to me at first. I showed a lot of resistance towards that. It was very rapey. It's very, but the woman, it was different. I perceived that part differently. She did end up finding me in the tavern. Details are blurred at this point. Like, I remember my friends and just kind of wanting to hide. It'll probably come to me later, and I'll be like, damn, I didn't say that part. But I the last thing I want to share with you guys is something that really spoke to me. Like, there was like this is not the demonic lady, not the scary lady, that really had a desire for me and my scent, and like really wanted me sexually for some reason. Like I said, there were a few elves. Like, I feel responsible for the death of 3 elves, and I think they were elves or fairies. It was just this race or species of people in this realm, and the closest thing I could say is that they were elves. But like there was a leader, right, and she was very sweet, fair skinned, like almost like Luna in Harry Potter would be her character, like the blonde. She's like, hi, how are you? Like, she's so sweet, like any princess out of a Disney movie. Sweet character, and all she cared about were that there was the death of 3 elves. You know, she had lost three of her kind, and she was just sobbing, you know, because there was this, I caused, like, and I don't mean to say I caused it, but like basically me running out of that van and hiding caused an uproar in this like place. And eventually I don't really know, I just remember seeing the woman, the shapeshifter, sitting in the corner of the room, and I just tried to like play my role again so that no one else died, because I didn't want it to get any worse than what it was. So I can't remember what really happened or what I said to her, but I was just like, listen, like this has to stop. I don't really know why this part is a blur, but something happened to the point where the dream kind of calmed down. And I just remember, again, like shortly after talking to the succubus lady or the shapeshifter, I'm like, look, I don't know what was said again, but I was like, you know, like, here's the thing, like, no, you know what I'm saying, I'm not charmed anymore, no. So then I just saw like this person in the corner of my eye, because the bar is getting shut down, my friends are almost out of work, like the dream is, it's almost like a movie and the credits are about to start rolling, you know. But it really hit me when that lady was crying. Like, that little cute little elf, she's like just crying and consoling her other elf people, because 3 of them died. I don't know why the lady killed them to get to me. You know, they probably just wouldn't tell her or something. Like, where is Braylon? Like, where is she? So I don't know what that's symbolic for, if there's going to be like 3 things that are hurt or lost, significant parts of me or people, places, or things. That may reveal itself to me. Maybe the meaning of this dream will like slowly progress into something for me in retrospection. I find after talking and releasing a dream, you know, in the future, it might be days, might be months, but you'll realize what it all was about. So this might be something that hasn't happened quite yet to me, these messages, but I'm just going to be very careful of letting people charm me into things that I wouldn't normally do. I'm also going to be very careful of, like, especially any kind of sexual energy. You know, I'm going to have to be very, very careful of my boundaries with that. You know what I mean? Because that's what this dream was trying to warn me about. But yeah, guys, I'm a Pisces, and my dreams are wild. Like, I feel like, low-key, I was in a different realm last night where there was some kind of weird shape-shifting energy, and that now I feel better. But when I first woke up, I felt very violated, and oh, maybe it's TMI, but what really scares me is when I woke up, I started my period randomly. So I just felt weird, okay? Like, that's just weird to me. Why would I have this dream about all this sexual energy, you know, and almost rape, for lack of a better word, and then I start my, but that's it. What's really cool about that is that in my dream, like, I was really scared to be pregnant by this older man. And sometimes my dreams are so realistic that, like, it'll affect my real life. And I know that sounds crazy. It might sound like I need to go, like, get help. But my dreams are so real to me that I almost feel like they're, like, things that really happen to me. So at least my reality is, like, literally not pregnant. Like, straight up ain't. Because I have the proof of that and the cramps for that right now going on. So like I said, guys, I'm going to try to include some kind of warning in front of this video for those of you guys who need trigger warnings when it comes to rape, sex, violence, you know, just rated R type shit. But other than that, thank you so much, you guys. It's been about a half hour of me just kind of talking my way through. Thanks for being patient with me during the parts that were just a little, you know, there's weird stuff going on. It's Aquarian energy, you know, so it's all about the strange and the unusual and being looked at as different and therefore possibly being alienated by groups of people. But I'm living for it. I'm here for it. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys. So, you know, there's going to be more dreams coming out, especially with Mars and Pisces and the moon going into Pisces. Like, basically, whenever I have dreams, I'm going to record them. I've been a little bit lazy with uploading, so whenever you watch this, let me know down in the comments when you're watching this. Like I said, I'm recording it on May 13th. I'm hoping to have it uploaded tomorrow or the next day. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for being with me on this dream journey, this dream series, and supporting my dream series on YouTube. I'm really excited to see what this grows into over the years, but I'm going to keep this up. Especially if you guys keep letting me know your feedback. And again, you can always email me for dream interpretation. I do offer those as readings. So yeah, hope you guys are all having a chill night, day, evening, whatever. And I'll catch you next time during the next crazy dream. Bye.